Well, that movie will put some fucking hairs on your chest. Alright, a few hours ago, I just saw The Substance, a film that had so much buzz out of the Cannes Film Festival, winning Best Screenplay, which is an award that I always pay attention to because it draws you to some very original and interesting films. That is an award that drew me to a film like Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which is a beloved film from me. So just seeing that award get given to The Substance instantly drew my attention to it. And then seeing the trailer, I just got more and more excited for the type of energy that this film would have. And then hearing the buzz from Cannes and then the Sydney Film Festival was just insane. And seeing this was a very interesting watch and is one that I really am excited to talk about a little bit more with you all, because while I absolutely adore this film, and I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons why, this thing is not for everyone. I need to state that so plainly right now. Just because I love it and a certain crowd is really going to enjoy this and be passionate about this movie, there's going to be a whole lot of you that are going to think the people that like this movie are disturbed, are fucked in the head, and all of that stuff. Because this movie is fucking unhinged and just blew me away with how far it manages to go in some aspects. This is the second film from director Coralie Farger, and I have to say I am a fan after seeing this film because of the way that The Substance manages to just fully embrace what it is. It is a clear vision that is communicated the entire way through, and it never wavers. It dives headfirst into this thing, whether you like it or not. And that is the type of bold direction that excites me when I'm going to the movies. Because when that happens, you see something boldly original, unique, and is willing to take so many risks. And I think in the case of The Substance, they really pay off, even if it is at the detriment of making you feel so uncomfortable. The Substance is a body horror that has a lot to say about beauty standards, about the age where women tend to get jobs in Hollywood and their quick expiry date due to how quickly producers, casting directors, and just that toxic culture in Hollywood is, and how it pushes people out after they reach a certain age to take in someone young again. Every character embodies some form of this message, from Dennis Quaid as this casting director, producer, who is the biggest sleazeball imaginable. I mean, one of the earliest scenes in this movie, he goes to the bathroom and doesn't wash his hands. As soon as that happened, I knew this shit is gonna go fucking crazy because that shit is disgusting as hell. But there's just little moments like that that just give you so much more to the character. The way that he eats, the way that the sound design is utilized to just show his gluttony is just expert direction and utilizing the whole range of filmmaking to communicate something rather than just explaining it to us or doing a nice shot. It's using the sound, it's using editing, it's using the cinematography, the performance. It is an all-round excellent way of characterizing everyone in this movie and giving them all a distinct personality and identity. And that doesn't just happen with him. It happens with our protagonist, played by Demi Moore, who is phenomenal in this movie. I think that what she manages to achieve here is brilliant. She completely goes for this vision here, embracing this character, and because of that, you get some excellent moments with her, especially in front of a mirror that I think were unhinged at moments and really worked in terms of telling us more about this character and seeing this quick downfall. The concept of The Substance is also quite interesting because it is the device that helps communicate the ultimate themes of this movie. Where if you've seen the trailer, I'm just going to talk about some things that I mentioned in the trailer. If you don't want to know anything, just skip ahead a few seconds. But basically, The Substance is a drug that manages to make our protagonist appear to be a lot younger? Or is that everything as it seems? I'll let you figure that out for yourself when you watch it. And that leans into a lot of the body horror that happens within this movie. It is plenty disturbing. It is some of the most disturbing stuff that I have seen in a movie in a very long time. And this is where my recommendations come in. I think if you've seen the movie Titan, directed by Julia Ducournau, and you enjoyed that movie, I think that you'll find that you'll have a good time with The Substance. That type of body horror and how extreme it goes is something that you will feel when watching The Substance, but Titan has a more gentle side to it. It's very sentimental at moments. This is not. This is a very mean movie. It does have comedic elements. It is filled with style. It is definitely fun. It has a very poppy type of nature to it with this music that's very synthwave and electro, and it's really, really cool in taking you into this world. It feels youthful, and once again, almost feels like it's helping in conveying this messaging even further. It just shows how much this film is trying to immerse you into the messaging and the characters and the story. It's just so wonderfully crafted. If you saw a movie like Titan and was disturbed by it, hated it, thought it was disgusting, stay away from The Substance. You're not gonna like it, okay? I'm trying to save you some money here, okay? While I love it, I can at least put aside my love for the movie to say to you, you need to know what kind of movie you are into and how far you're willing to take with body horror before you go into The Substance, because it will make you feel very uncomfortable no matter what your tolerance is. It made me squirm in my seat so many times, especially as the film progressed, ramped up, got into the third act, where it just goes for it completely, and it really was just something else. It changed me as a man. Like, it's fucked. And those moments are going to make you hate the movie if you don't like that stuff. If you do get a kick out of that stuff, it gives you an adrenaline rush, or it's just the type of horror that you enjoy, then you're gonna have a blast with it, because this just delivers, and it knows how to have fun with it all, no matter how sick and disgusting it gets. It does have a very dark sense of humor that works to the benefit of the film, and I do think the poppy nature of it all does also help make this feel a little bit more accessible, a little bit more fun and enjoyable, while having just this unsettling feeling over the whole thing. I never felt comfortable, and the moment where I did start to feel comfortable with the type of horror that it was presenting and going, it's not going to go much further than that, it manages to take it another step further, and because of that, I was very nervous and uncomfortable the whole way through this movie in a good way. It intentionally is trying to do that, and it succeeded. And you just have to give so much credit to the direction for that and these performances. I haven't even mentioned Margaret Qualley yet, who to me might be the standout. Demi Moore is pretty fantastic too. They're both very excellent. They complement each other beautifully within this film, both achieving two different sides of this message once again. But I loved what Margaret Qualley was doing in this role. I think she may have less depth than Demi Moore as a character, even though they're kind of similar or the same person. But what she does bring is the fun sense of it all, the poppy nature of it all. She brings that, while Demi Moore brings a lot of the serious, dramatic scenes. And they both pull them off extremely well. And on one side of things, I think Margaret Qualley might be the standout, but then on other side of things, I think Demi Moore is fantastic. I do think they both give career best performances. They are just fantastic within this movie. And some of the scenes and some of the moments that they have to act out require a lot from them as an actor. I can imagine some pretty exhausting days trying to deliver some of these scenes. And they managed to pull it off in such superb ways, spectacular fashion, that I can't help but be impressed the whole way around. As I've already alluded to, technically this film is superb in every single way because it successfully utilizes all of these different elements and combines them in a way that is the most satisfying in conveying this message. It all has a purpose. It's more than just flash. It actually has a lot of substance to it, pun intended. The cinematography is outstanding. It is beautiful. It is haunting. There are some moments and shots that are downright nightmarish, but then there's others that are just filled with fun that you just can't help but wonder what is the next thing that is going to be shown. The sound is also some of the best this year just because of how purposeful it is in capturing the disgustingness of some characters, or just being so loud, and then combining with the editing. It all is designed to make you feel uncomfortable and just on the edge of your seat the entire time. For a 2-hour and 20-minute film in the horror genre, to manage to make me as engaged as it does the whole way through, it was a superb achievement, and is a film that felt like it just flew by because of how effective the whole thing was. And I'm pretty excited to watch it again, although I may need a little bit of a break because some of the stuff is just so much. It's so full on. And that's why I really need to consistently reiterate with you, just if that stuff ain't for you, this ain't for you. But if it is, man, you're gonna have a fucking blast with this movie. The Substance is kind of the pinnacle in terms of this form of body horror. I mean, what more could you want if you're a fan of body horror? This is just next level stuff to me, with all of these amazing artistic sensibilities and a powerful message that it manages to communicate so effectively. It may feel like it's beating you over the head with it, but I think the way it navigates all of it is all through visual storytelling. There are moments where text may appear on the screen for a brief second, but honestly, it felt more of a stylistic choice than anything, and you didn't really need it for you to understand what the messaging was. But overall, like, what it manages to do from the opening shot to the closing shot, it is all curated and feels like there is a director who is helming this film that clearly has a fantastic vision for cinema, and honestly, I cannot wait to see what she does next because she is a promising talent. As a score, I'm going to give The Substance a 5 out of 5. I just think that this film is so special and is what I'm looking for in a movie sometimes. Not in terms of the grossness and everything like that. I don't want to see that all the time. But in terms of communicating a vision and being just so consistent with it and just going for it no matter what the risks are. Just going, fuck you, this is my vision. This is what I want to put out in the world. Here it is. You either like it or you don't. It's up to you. That is just fantastic. And that kind of artistic freedom is something that I really love watching in a movie. And The Substance delivers that in spades. I couldn't recommend this more to you. I just think that this film is really special and is truly one of the best of the year. And those are my thoughts towards The Substance. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Some of you, I think, will get cranky at me because of this movie. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, I'm just a guy who does like it, but you know, it is what it is. That's the way the world works. We don't all have the same opinion, but I would really love to hear what you have to think about this movie. What is your interpretation of the movie, and what was your reaction to some of these scenes? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.